when she had ridden stunt double for the female lead, the luscious Alma Boulding. In the Dangerous features, Bianca was absolutely fearless. Whether the role called for her to go over waterfalls in a canoe, swing on a rope over a canyon, leap onto a galloping horse, or climb a cliff face. That much was known. Where Tom Mix had found her, why Alma Boulding had decided to take the total unknown under her wing, or why Pickford and Fairbanks had decided to produce her first Bianca Dangerous film, was not. The Tom Mix flick had been shot near Prescott, and there was some speculation that Bianca may have grown up on a ranch in Arizona. But her name was definitely French, and she did have a dark, exotic Mediterranean look about her, so the most popular scuttlebutt about her background was that she was the scion of a noble French family who had escaped to America in order to avoid an arranged marriage with a sybaritic Italian count. It didn't matter that Del Burke, publicity director for United Features, had fabricated that story out of thin air. It was romantic and appealing, so it was widely believed by the movie-going public and Bianca's adoring fans. Was her real name Bianca LaBelle, Oliver wondered? Probably not. Yet no reporter had ever gone to the trouble of digging into her background, or else the studios had quashed the truth in favor of the fairy tale. Bianca was not often seen at parties with the rich and famous. She did not frequent the dance halls and country clubs where her contemporaries whiled away their time with bootleg booze, illicit drugs, and other unsavory activities that usually involved sex with whoever was handy. Not that she was a virginal goddess. The studios presented Bianca as independent and totally self-sufficient. She was wealthy, gorgeous, a fashion icon, the perfect modern 20th century woman, only seen with the most eligible bachelors, usually a co-star, at one official studio function or another. No serious romance had ever been hinted at. That fact had lent itself to some innuendo, especially since Bianca and Alma Boulding frequently traveled together and stayed at one another's homes. Of course, Alma was 20 years older and had been married 5 times, which still didn't do much to quell the prurient rumors about her relationship with Bianca. Bianca's inaccessibility merely increased the public's appetite for any tidbit of news about her. She was one of the most popular actresses in the industry, a friend of the elite. Besides Mix and Boulding, she hobnobbed with Chaplin, Marion Davies, Mary Pickford, and Doug Fairbanks, none of whom had any gossip to share about her either. A studio conspiracy, Oliver thought, to add to her mystery. Oliver parked his auto at the head of the drive and made the long trek up the steps to pound on the massive mission-style doors. He figured that a polite tap wouldn't do to alert whoever was inside this monstrosity that someone was outside and wanted in. He was beginning to wonder if he'd pounded hard enough, but it must have taken a few minutes to traverse the foyer's acreage to reach the door, for just as he raised his fist for another try, the door swung open, and a creature of remarkable size and aspect blocked his view of the interior. Oliver had seen all kinds since he had come to California, but this being took the cake. He was well over 6 feet tall and well over 300 pounds, dressed in a tuxedo, white gloves, and spats. Or was he a she? One red chili pepper-shaped earring dangled from a pierced lobe, and a surprisingly delicate face sported a tasteful hint of blush and a bit of lip rouge. No hint to gender could be gained from the hair, it being covered by a black turban. In fact, judging by his or her dusky complexion, the person could very well be an Indian or a Parsi, or from somewhere else in the mysterious Orient. "May I see your identification?" she asked in a hoarse mid-timbre voice that gave nothing away. A careful once-over of both man and calling card, then, "Come in, Mr. Oliver. Miss LaBelle is expecting you. She is in the garden, but if you will wait here in the foyer, I will inform her that you have arrived." Oliver stood with his hat in his hand, taking in the details of the